have no idea what I'm in for, people. But I saw Katt Williams, noticed that it was less than 10 minutes long. I said, let me check this out. So we're gonna do a live reaction, folks. It's Katt Williams. So I know I'm gonna get some realness. I know I'm gonna get some facts. Just blunt honesty. Yeah. I'm gonna take a deep breath. Here we go.
No one. Ladies and gentlemen, Katt Williams. Crickets, crickets, crickets. Whew. That might not have looked like a lot to y'all, but that was a comedian's version of hell right there. But it's a new day. And we don't know if we're going to make it through the circumstances we're being faced with. But if it doesn't fit, it ain't shit. And things in this world are starting to not fit. Right now, we have a perfectly suitable clown running the free world. We got a guy whose advice included things that no decent crackhead would tell you to do with a gunshot wound. The man said if you have bleach, rub it on yourself. Sprinkle something in your eye. If you see any UV lighting, walk in front of it. But these are serious times. The president's a clown. Who gonna say something that makes sense? As for me and my household, I will. If you need me to say something dumb real slow so you can get it, I'll do that. Watch how it goes. Gravity is real. Huh, wasn't that simple? You notice how people didn't start hollering, well, bananas matter too. Nope, not the time for that. Let's stick on facts. Black lives matter, period. You can say it, you at home, say it. Wherever you are, no matter who's around, just say it. Say it because it's a fact. I want to apologize if some people have seen civil unrest and didn't understand that civil unrest is what happens every time a place is ruled by the people and the people's needs are not being met. Might not be the happy truth you want, but we deserve the truth. Even one of the greatest cities in the world, New York, a place that's got 100,000 magnificent landmarks. Even they have deep, dark secrets. They got an island in New York called Hart Island. It's where the unclaimed dead bodies go. Now, you think I'm talking about in the past, don't you? No. Today. That's what this island is for. It's for death and despair. They got mental institutions and all type of things. I ain't never been there. I don't know the recipe. I'm just saying, some of y'all thought you only had two choices, just like this election. You thought your choices was heaven or hell. No, you got another choice. Hart Island, baby. Purgatory, limbo. It's where you go when ain't nobody claim you. You just died and everybody said, you know what would save a funeral? And while that might be unpleasant for some, it's the truth. This is not the first time a great city like New York has been going through this, and this is not the first time that a great country like this has been going through what we're going through. This is not close to the first pandemic. The last pandemic happened in the 90s. It was called AIDS. That's what filled up Hart Island last time, and here we are again. It's an airborne virus, folks. If you breathe air, put on a mask. And because we can all agree that breathing is important, we can all agree that you putting your knee on a man's neck for 8 minutes, it's just murder. Just televised murder. So now there must be a reaction for that. I'm not gonna hide in a bunker. I'm on the front line with you. For 20 years, I told you, the police is out there hurting people, and y'all didn't want to believe me. Y'all just said, can't keep getting in trouble. The whole time, I was just glad I made it out alive. And finally the chickens have come to roost. We are going to get rid of racism this time once and for all, no matter what has to happen, folks. It only must be identified and then worked on. I have no right to tell people to vote, but I will tell you that even if your choices were as dumb as hickory, dickory, and dock, even if those were your only choices, I would ask you to make a choice. And if you can't make a choice, go on and put my name on there. It ain't gonna count for nothing considering current legal situations I may or may not find myself in. But I appreciate your vote. It's time to make changes, folks. You can make them there at your own home. Thank you all. Have a good day. Be kind to your neighbors. If you see a sign that says Black Lives Matter, say out loud, white friends. Sure do. Watch how quickly things start to change in the country. White people, if you're scared about Negroes, I'd like to remind you of something. That anger and that rage that you think will one day be unleashed upon white families, you've been waiting on it for 400 years. We're better people than that. I know what you heard. Thugs, animals, monsters. Nope. Better people than that. Not only can we do better, we want to do better. We are doing better. And you're free to join us. Anyway, it's been a pleasure to be here. I kept most of the jokes in quarantine in case you were looking for some laughs. If you got some information out of it, I appreciate that. I have already done more than an elected official. I thank you, and good night.
Arrest the president. Arrest the president. Arrest the president.
Bravo. Bravo. Wow. I've said it several times before in other reviews, anything dealing with comedy, Dave Chappelle's 846, which I'll also post in the comments below if you didn't see my reaction about that. That being a comedian, a really good comedian, is just a wonderful craft. To be able to not only remember everything in such an order, but to pull in your audience. It takes so much talent to pull in an audience. For those of you who have been to a comedy show in the past, anything can dissuade your audience. It can be somebody heckling in the back, it could be a cough, it could be somebody dropping something to distract you away from a punchline or pulling in. So when we have these parameters with COVID and we see that there's not an audience, the dimmed light, the spotlight, just the microphone and the artist there, you have no choice but to focus in and really take hold to what he's saying. And if you're a fan of Katt Williams, you already know he's going to be very blunt and to the point. It was really interesting me when I had to look up more information about this, because there were rumors, there was speculation that Katt Williams was going to come out with a special. And I don't know what sparked that. I don't know if there was something in the works before the pandemic occurred, but this seems to me as if this is a warm-up to be prepared to what's coming in the future. But of course, we're gonna find out more information. This is a Supreme commercial which debuted August 17th, 2020. I just heard about it today for some strange reason. But as he said in the video, he has quarantined all of his jokes. It's just beautiful to me to see that more comedians, even with the pandemic, they're artists. They are creative minds in some way, some shape or form. They want to let their audience know. They want to let the public know how they're feeling, what's going on in their minds, and staying connected, because that connection between comedian and audience is so important. It's their craft. It's what keeps them connected. So we are seeing more and more comedians come out with these specials that aren't specifically jokes, but how they feel. And a lot of people need to understand Richard Pryor did it. He had several moments within his specials to where he just took the time out to just talk about certain topics, because there comes a point where you really can't joke about everything. There needs to be that blunt conversation and saying, I can be creative with how I deliver the message in such a way that it's not a laugh, but it's going to invoke and provoke your thought process and understanding what makes sense. I love the fact that he talked about the burial location in the Bronx and how this is something that America has gone through before, but with the analogy or the foresight and kind of hewing at the Tekashi 6ix9ine wig and mentioning clowns and certain things that are unacceptable. Now, we can't say for sure if that's what he meant by the wig. It's up to the audience. It's up to you to decide what the wig symbolized, but you can come to your own conclusion. As if you notice, he never really said any specific names, but due to the characteristic, due to what he was saying, you could kind of connect the dots on your own, what you thought he meant by that. And it's critical. It's so critical to the point where comedians are just like, I don't even want to joke about this. This is very serious. We are in some really hot water as a people, because if we can't combine together and have a common grounds of love, it's going to really be hard to sit down and laugh together. And with comedy, that's that freedom point. With entertainment, that's the freedom point. Music, comedy, the arts, where for that moment of time, we're sitting there enjoying the art, not thinking about the chaos on the outside until the set is over, until the lights are off, until the microphone is disconnected. We are snapped back into our realities. I really do hope that this is an interlude segue for what Katt Williams has coming up. It wouldn't surprise me that he's going to wait till things come to a point where they're safe enough to where he can do a set, because Katt is really animated with his audience, and I know that he probably needs to hear that laughter and needs to see the faces, because that's what type of comedian he is. So this commercial is kind of pulling us in because we don't know what's next, but I really, really hope it's another special coming from Katt. The Katt has his own special way. There's only so many really, really good OG comedians left that really bring it. And he's one of those comedians, in my opinion, that really bring it. They don't care what other people have to say. They spit straight on what they feel, and that's it. So I loved it. I thought it was interesting. I didn't know what to expect, as I said earlier, but it was really interesting that more people, more entertainers are saying, you know what, I don't even want to laugh about this. I just want to let you know how I'm feeling. And I thought that was great, because as a celebrity, some people don't want to hear what you think. They just want you to deliver the art, and that's it. But as a comedian, you are delivering what you think. You are delivering your opinions, and it's kind of hard to hide in the shadows what you think about what's going on, especially something so serious as an election coming up, this pandemic, behaviors of so many just politicians, just everything. So I thought this was interesting. Let me know your thoughts. I'm excited to see what you guys commented. If you like it, if you don't like it, if you're confused as to what's going on, I do think that they'll give us more details in the future. But like a lot of people, things have been placed on hold for safety precautions. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any posts, and also follow me on Instagram at the same profile name, officialbunne_E. Please do not undermine COVID-19. Be precautious, but not fearful. Until next time, check out other movie trailer reviews, recaps, movies, series, so much more. The playlist goes on and on. There's a lot for you to binge watch. Stay safe. I'll see you guys later and see you another time. Bye.